welcome to the Five Fishermen Restaurant and Grill. We're currently serving some oysters. It's happy hour. If we'd like to take a look at this guy right here, this is actually a local. It's a Nova Scotia oyster. It's from the Malagash region. It's a Tatamagouche oyster. They are farmed in sand, so right at the bottom, right in the seawater. A lot of people like that. So what I'm doing here is actually separating the top and the bottom shell. They're attached at the end here. Just pop that open ever so gently. The mussel is actually held together to the shell, so I'm just going to slide the blade around to release the top shell. And they're very juicy, this type as well. They tend to have a lot of liquid in them, which people really enjoy. There you go.
I like that. I like a little Tabasco.
Maybe to go with your oysters, a nice glass of wine. At the Five Fishermen, we have this new machine. It's called the Enomatic, and actually it's the first one in Halifax. What it does is it injects the wine bottles with a nice neutral gas to keep the wine from oxidizing, keeps it fresh much longer than it would just sitting in a fridge or sitting out on the counter. As well, it's temperature controlled, so each side, whether it's white, red, or again those whites over here, we can keep them at their separate temperature so that when they pour, they're always perfect.
So the oyster we're using today is a fresh Nova Scotia Tatamagouche oyster. The really great thing about these oysters is the salinity, the fact they're raised in cold water really helps the flavor. They're plump, they're juicy, they're wonderful. We really enjoy using them. And what we're going to do today is a tempura fried oyster with lemon aioli, and we're also going to do a Gremolata. First thing we need to do is take some mayonnaise. It's about a cup. We're also going to add some lemon zest and some lemon juice, a little bit of chopped garlic, a little pinch of pepper, a little pinch of sugar, and a little pinch of salt. Just going to stir that up, whisk that up, until we get a nice mixture. And the next thing we're going to do is make our tempura batter. Just add our flour to the bowl, our sparkling water. There's that effervescence of the sparkling water, which gives the tempura batter its lightness. We'll whisk this together just till it comes together. We don't want to over mix it. And then we'll add the beaten egg. And then we are ready to deep fry our oyster. And we're going to just poke that with the skewer, drop it into our batter, re-skewer it, and take it down into the hot oil. And we're just going to let that fry now until it's golden brown. And the best way to, obviously, you'll see the golden brown, but a lot of that sputtering and spitting is going to stop. And of course, we don't want to overcook it either because this oyster is very delicate. That's probably where we want to be, right there. What I have here is just a small little plate with some coarse sea salt and an oyster shell. And we're going to take our lemon aioli, put it right into our oyster shell, then take our tempura oyster, place it right on top, add a little bit of a green garnish to this, and we have a beautiful tempura fried oyster with lemon aioli from the Five Fishermen Restaurant and Grill.
With your tempura, a Lackady Brut from Lackady Vineyards on the rocky banks of the Gaspereau River. It's sparkling wine made in the traditional champagne method with Lackady Blanc grape. So the nice crisp acidity along with the effervescence of the sparkling wine will work very nicely with the tempura batter.
One of the ways to garnish fresh shucked oysters is to prepare simple condiments. Today we're going to make Gremolata. We're going to use some fresh chopped parsley, put that into our bowl, chopped garlic, about 2 cloves worth of chopped garlic, the zest of 1 lemon. We also have some olive oil, about a tablespoon, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of black pepper. We're just going to mix that up into our bowl here until basically it comes together as a paste. Just like that. What we have here is already some freshly shucked Nova Scotia Tatamagouche oysters. We're just going to take some of the Gremolata that we prepared, place a little bit of that garnish right on top of the raw oyster, and that is just one simple way to garnish and prepare fresh Nova Scotia oysters here at the Five Fishermen Restaurant and Grill.
With your Gremolata oyster, we are going to go with the Blomidon Reserve Chardonnay. This is a state-grown Chardonnay, the first Chardonnay to be planted in Nova Scotia. It has a nice crisp acidity, which will complement the briny nature of the oysters.